Welcome to Rush Hour Prep for another session, and which is going to be on mean related to continuous series. So unlike discrete series and individual series, under continuous series we have three different formula. The first one being direct method, the second one being indirect method, and the last one which is step deviation method. Okay, so let's note down the formulas related to each of these. X bar equal to sigma f into m divided by n, and x bar, which denotes mean, equal to a plus sigma fd by n, which is similar to your discrete series. And then the last formula under step deviation, x bar equal to a plus sigma f dx divided by n into c. So these are the different things, formulas that we use in continuous series. Now let's look at what continuous series actually is. There are certain values such as height, weight. Okay, these are not whole numbers. For example, height can be 5 feet and 6 inches. Weight can be 67 kilos and 300 grams. So basically, these are decimal values. These are not whole numbers. To accommodate such numbers, we have a series which is in the form of class intervals. So we have class intervals and we have the frequency which tells us how many numbers fall into that particular class interval. For example, let me put it as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30, and also 30 to 40. Okay, so here let's say this is related to weight of a particular group of people. So people weighing between 0 to 10 are 3 members, 10 to 20 are 5 members, 20 to 30 are 10 members, and 30 to 40 are 10 members. So here n column total will become 28. So this is how we will be having the data in continuous series. Now the first important point that you should remember while solving a continuous series problem is you have a class interval which is 0 to 10. This limit is known as L1 and this limit is known as L2. Okay, this is called as lower limit and this is called as upper limit. Okay, so when we calculate further into the problem, we need to understand how a midpoint is calculated. So a midpoint has a shorter formula which is L1 plus L2 divided by 2. So midpoint is the middle value in that particular class interval. So here if I want to know the midpoint of 10 to 20, the class 10 to 20. So L1 is 10, L2 is 20 divided by 2. That is 10 plus 20, which is 30 divided by 2, which will give you 15. So 15 is the midpoint of the class 10 to 20. So here this M indicates midpoint. So here I showed you the calculation of midpoint. So when it was discrete series and individual series, you have been writing as x minus a, and when it comes to continuous series, x gets replaced with m. So you calculate d values using midpoints minus assumed mean. Okay, so dx has a shorter formula which is dx equal to d by c. So what is c here? C is known as common factor, which is the gap between these class intervals. So if you do anything that is L2 minus L1 in any class, 30 minus 20 or 20 minus 10, anything you do, you get the value as 10. The difference here is 10. So that is known as the common factor. So this is the basic understanding of continuous series. So here let's note down the formula of direct method related to continuous series here. X bar equal to sigma f into m divided by n. So now we have frequency column given to us in the question already, and n is the total of the frequency column. So let's calculate the total here, which is n equal to 200. Okay, now we are going to calculate the m values. M is nothing but midpoint. So here m is midpoint, wherein you will be applying the formula L1 plus L2 divided by 2. So all the values on the left hand side are L1 and all the values on the right hand side are known as L2. That is the lower limit and upper limit of the class. So here my first value will be 0 plus 10 by 2, and next 10 plus 20 divided by 2, 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 30 plus 40 divided by 2. So now if you notice, 0 plus 10 by 2 is 5, here it is 15, then 25, 35, and with a difference of 10 as common, you can write down the rest of the values. Now as per our formula, we are supposed to multiply frequency and midpoint. So the first one, 10 5s are 50, and 20 into 15, which is 300, and let me write rest of the values. And the last value, 20 into 55, which is 1100. So we are supposed to find out sum of FM column, which will amount to 6600. Now let's substitute the values. Mean equal to sigma FM total, which is 6600 divided by 200, which gives us the answer as mean equal to 33. So this is how we are supposed to solve a problem using the direct method formula in mean continuous series. So let's go ahead with indirect method. So here we have indirect method. First let's write down the formula, which is x bar equal to a plus sigma f into d divided by n. F column is given, n is the total of f column. The question being the same, this total will remain same, and then you are going to apply d formula, which is m minus a. That means you are going to find your midpoints. So here they have given you the class interval, they have given you frequency. Let's find out midpoints. So it is similar to the question is the same. So let me write down the midpoints directly. Okay, so these are the midpoints. Now I'm going to assume one midpoint from this, because I have to find d. D equal to midpoint minus assumed mean. Okay, so here let me take the shortest value, which is 5. So my a represents 5. My first value becomes 5 minus 5, 0. Then 15 minus 5, which is 10. And 25 minus 5, which is 20. And then I have 30, 40 and 50. So this is the calculation. The next thing that he's asking you to do is multiply f into d. Okay, so we are going to multiply the columns f and d. The first one, 10 into 0, which is 0. Then you have 20 into 10, which is 200. Then 50 into 20. Let me put down the values. So here I have written all of my values, and now let me write the total of sigma ft, which is 5600. Now let's substitute the values into the formula. X bar equal to a value, which I have assumed as 5, sigma fd column total, which is 5600, divided by 200, which is the total of n. So let's use a calculator here. So 5600 divided by 200. Okay, so here x bar equal to 5 plus 28, which is x bar equal to 33. If you remember the answer of the last problem, the same answer we have got, which is 33. So here are the practice problems which are related to mean continuous series. You can solve both of these questions using direct method and indirect method formulas. The answers are given to you in red colored ink. you will be able to solve these questions. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Rush Art Prep. Do let me know your comments or any doubts related to the subject in the comment section below, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.